What's happening, good people? Welcome to Live at 5. I'm your man, SRD. I want you guys to know that what I do here, or what we do here, is not to, our intentions is not to hurt anybody's feelings. Our intentions is not to make anybody angry. However, during the process, those emotions may come up. Our intentions here is to put out information that will be able to be used to uplift fallen humanity. And in order to lift fallen humanity, that means that we have to, as Black people, become into our rightful state of being. And that's becoming governed rulers of this world. We have a tremendous amount of power that many times is being exploited for other people gains. And what is happening is we're not getting the opportunity, many of us, to grow to the capability that we are able to grow to. So I'm gonna play a few segments for you, and then I'm gonna, comment on those segments that I play for you.
Right? And everybody's going to feel it to some extent. And the earth is splitting into two worlds, okay? It's the old earth and the new earth. And we are shifting vibrationally, right? The more of us that awaken, the more of us that go inward, the more of us that raise our vibrational frequency, it is shifting the earth, right? And everybody's going to feel it to some extent. And what I'm witnessing right now on the internet is like all kinds of people who are not really understanding what's happening. Like, there's a lot of people that I'm watching that are going to psychosis and having a lot of mental and emotional breakdowns, and like some people that are like really spiraling and like screaming for God, and other people not understanding, like they used to want to go out and now they're not, and they feel depressed, they just want to stay home, and all of these things. The earth is splitting into two, and we are vibrationally going up and up and up. So everyone is going to feel this to a certain extent. Many people won't understand what's happening, but for those of us that know, it's obviously easier for us to navigate because we see and understand, like, oh, we are in the age of Aquarius. We're going to see everything crumble. We're going to see the evolution of humanity. It's a beautiful time, but it's also going to be painful because all of the stuff individually and collectively that needs to come up, that needs to transform, is going to come up, okay? So you're not going crazy. You're not losing it. We're all in this together, okay? Find the teachers, courses, programs, books that are going to help you. I'm sending you all of my love. I love you. The earth is splitting into two worlds. It's the older.
Okay, people. I played that because it's good, brother.
Assalamu alaikum, brother. How
I
are
like
you?
a pop. It's good. I was
Getting them
getting
Z's, man.
okay.
I was,
All right. I was
I
getting it
was Z'd
started.
out. I
Oh,
was Z'd out, brother.
I
You know?
called you several times, man.
Yeah, man. I was Z'd out, man.
All right, now that you're here, I want to play this again. You know what I mean? And I want to get your take on it.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
More of us splitting into two worlds, okay? It's the old earth and the new earth. And we are shifting vibrationally, right? The more of us that awaken, the more of us that go inward, the more of us that raise our vibrational frequency, it is shifting the earth, right? And everybody's going to feel it to some extent. And what I'm witnessing right now on the internet is like all kinds of people who are not really understanding what's happening. Like, there's a lot of people that I'm watching that are going to psychosis and having a lot of mental and emotional breakdowns, and like some people that are like really spiraling and like screaming for God, and other people not understanding, like they used to want to go out and now they're not, and they feel depressed, they just want to stay home, and all of these things. The earth is splitting into two, and we are vibrationally going up and up and up. So everyone is going to feel this to a certain extent. Many people won't understand what's happening, but for those of us that know, it's obviously easier for us to navigate because we see and understand, like, oh, we are in the age of Aquarius. We're going to see everything crumble. We're going to see the evolution of humanity. It's a beautiful time, but it's also going to be painful because all of the stuff individually and collectively that needs to come up, that needs to transform, is going to come up, okay? So you're not going crazy. You're not losing it. We're all in this together, okay? Find the teachers, courses, programs, books that are going to help you. I'm sending you all of my love. I love you. The earth is...
So what are your thoughts about that, my brother?
I mean, it's her philosophy, bro. You feel me? It's how
Yeah.
she viewing things. It's how she's saying things is happening. That's all I can hear her talk about, basically.
Right.
Describing in her own words or for what she's studying or whatever she's under, how things are taking effect. You know what I'm saying? It's all, of course, it's going to be two sides of everything. That's truth and that's truth and falsehood right there. So
Right.
that's the split is truth and falsehood right there. You know what I'm saying? As the world already been divided. We see that by the seas. It's been tell us that by history. You got the salt water and the unsalted water, bro. So the equation of the earth and everything has already been there. It's been existing. So, I mean, that, how she's summing it up, I mean, like, she has a summary in her own perspective or through her own studies. And I mean, some of it, yeah, okay. You have a philosophy that goes inside with exactly what's happening, and that's your description. And if that could get across people to make them understand, because the
Right.
definition is going to be defined more than one way. But what it's going
Right.
what her conclusion is that it's two sides. That's her conclusion. You know what I'm saying? And how it's taking place. And now that you see, because it's the internet and there's so much information, you only see that being divided in truth and falsehood. That's what that is. That's
Basically, yeah.
that's basically what I'm hearing her say. And as you say what I think about it,
Right.
That's what I hear. You
And
know?
and I pretty much see it the same way, because when she's saying raising to a higher vibration, that means, coming out of the slumber,
Right.
coming out of the sleep stage and rising up and being able to look at fallen humanity and be able to uplift it, do what is necessary to lift fallen humanity. And she also said that, it's going to be painful. So some of this stuff is going to be painful because changes are going to have to be made individually as well as collectively. And as we start making those changes, it's going to cause some hardship, and it's going to cause some skepticism. Some people are going to be skeptical and not be sure of, should we do this, or should we go this route, or should we not. And personally, I look at it as what you said is going to be the truth and the falsehood. The truth is going to start to reveal itself in a manner that it hasn't ever done prior to now. I think we're seeing signs of it because of, as you said, the information is coming out, and there's information that is coming out that many of us may have heard of, but it wasn't being exposed to the manner that it's being exposed now. And we are looking at it in a manner like, wow, this is deep. This is deep. This is heavy. And it's time for us to get heavy. And with being said, I wanna play something else that kind of coincide with it. You know what I mean? I
All
want to
right,
play
before
something.
you do that,
Go
I wanna elaborate on some of that.
go ahead.
Um Okay, like we know when you're not in touch with something, when you're not in, when you're distant from something, and this is when we talk about frequency and what frequency and vibrations and how it play a role in life, because everything is vibrating, everything has a feel, everything has a pulse to it. That's living, it has a pulse. So when we talking about that, when she say vibration, and when you say people um don't know, they some people don't know how to handle it, that comes from acceptance, that's come from acceptance of changes, that comes from acceptance of lifestyle, that's come from acceptance of, damn, I was lied to all this time. Now I hear you. And do I want to accept that? Then and then another part is that we as a people, we sit back, but we acknowledge it. We're very acknowledgeable people. And when information is like that, and when things are going on, like the internet throws so much information out, and people acknowledge information, and the information is stored in us. You know what I'm saying? Some
Right.
people don't react on it, but it's there. So when a movement takes place, they participated subconsciously already. And that's how they get them to do the wrong thing, because they don't agree to it. They plan it subconsciously. So when you have such a mass movement of information that's revealing truth, and falsehood is being revealed as falsehood, plain to see, and it's truth, and you have those sides. So these vibrations is being sent out now. Now you're feeling the pulse. Now you actually touching the earth. So you're saying, "Wow, I'm getting life back." But at the same time, you don't react to that life. But it's the pulse is in you, and all you waiting for is your time to what satisfies you, so you can admit to yourself, like, this is the way to go. But you already going to be subconsciously prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be subconsciously prepared for that, because if you look at the internet now, it's more truth there's falsehood, but it's just scattered, because the truth is has been so dismantled, and now you see so many different individuals giving it to you from all different type of ethnic background. They're giving you truth. So now it's like, I gotta piece this together, and I gotta piece this together. But it's a massive, way more than how the falsehood is there already. We've been living that. We've been seeing that. So that doesn't change. So they can't fool us no more. The only part we can get is truth, because all our lives, all we had is falsehood. So now that we're getting a part of the truth and feeling that a part of the truth is also going to sink into us subconsciously, and then we're going to know how to individually, how do I accept this lie that I've been living, how do I make this change, how do I let this go? And then we see such a movement going around. What do? We are trending people. So when we start seeing truth and it start being positive, we start trending the truth. When it overwhelms us and we already got this conclusion, we get bored with it, we want something different. Now we seeing truth, and that's good that it's being spread out, just not coming from one spot. It's coming from all over. So now we adapt to it, because it only confirms what another party is saying. It only confirms what another party is saying. So now we start trending something else subconsciously, until our decision to be active with it go to play. You understand what I'm saying? Until that
Okay.
decision go to play subconsciously, we're being attentive, and subconsciously we're changing to truth, to accept it. But we don't act on it yet. And that's how trending is. It's like negative. It don't hit you, you automatically go against it. But as it sink into you, you will soon see yourself going toward that way, thinking about it, looking at it, having some motion with it, and having to tell yourself, nah, that's wrong. You have to control those subconscious desires, and that trend you to influence you to go in that aspect. So, I just wanted to elaborate on that. And we as a people, we do get it. The information is here, and we have to remember the type of people we are. So I think a lot of people, more than enough, getting it. And a lot of it is being stored, and it will trend soon. And that's when you're gonna see a big change. Because when that change come, brother, also things come with it we have to be prepared for, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna
So
go
what's
with
this other piece you want to play?
it's basically piggybacking off of what you were saying, right,
Right.
with
Okay.
us.
It's lame, but I feel great that a lot of toxic energy inside of hip hop is getting exposed. Get it out, get it out, get it all out. You hear me? Y'all really rather see blood than unification for your entertainment. That's messed up, man. But it shows what we have been intoxicated with, which is a bunch of ignorance. You feel me? This man displayed a great act of humility by apologizing to Kendrick and saying, "Look, I ain't even really got beef with you in my heart. I'm just kind of going along with people telling me I need to respond and all that. But I ain't even on that type of time in my spirit at this point in life." That is powerful. But you got people in hip hop, powerful people that's like, nah, they need to trying to micromanage people beefing and saying, nah, well, he need to say this next, or he wasn't aggressive enough when he responded. Man, stop. Like I told y'all, a shift is happening. Growth, love, and maturity is coming to the forefront. And if you don't like it, you gonna get left behind. But you got an opportunity. Come join us, man. Which brings me back to the
Okay, so basically, he's coincide with what the young lady said. You know what I mean? Where he's basically saying it's a shift. The shift is happening. It's occurring. And as you were saying, that it's stored. The energy is being stored. The kinetic energy is being stored inside of individuals, and eventually they're weighing it out. It's being weighed out now. As you said, many of us, we've been exposed to a lot of falsehood. So we're going to have to internalize the information that we're receiving and start weighing it out. And then it's going to be exposed one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? You're going to, those of us who see it for what it is, going to be a part of the move, of part of the cultural revolution, and others are going to just say, "Ah, man, humbug." You know. So at the end of the day, we are in a beautiful position as as humanity now, because we're waking up to what has been being portrayed to many of us for years and years. And we're coming to the realization that, hold up, this is not working for everybody. This is only working for a few people. And the rest of us have to struggle harder than it's necessary. So once we start to realize that, it's like, okay, now it's time for us to make our move and start releasing, as you said, certain things that have been holding us back. Start releasing those things. Certain things that put us at a disadvantage emotionally, mentally, and socially. We're gonna have to start making those decisions. Well, we're gonna have a choice to make those decisions. We all gonna have a choice now, and it's like nobody can be forced to do anything. As you said, the majority of the stuff that happens with individuals is based on influence, based on putting electrodes and protons out into the universe, and it's coming into you, and you dealing with it, and you weighing it out, and you taking it from that aspect. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, well, yes, I agree with the situation when it comes with Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. You know, I seen that over the social media, and when he first did it, that was a big stand up. You know what I'm saying? But if you listen to what he said when he said, see, consciously we got to be aware that we make decisions, but your heart is a different whole vibration. Your heart is the pump of the body and everything else. That's the life. That's your mecca right there. So your heart is your foundation. So when he said it didn't sit good with me, it didn't sit good with me. That's that vibration. Whereas you got these vibrations going on. If he's a conscious rapper and he's a poetic brother and he's an artistry when it comes to lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
art. You understand? So when the artist knows that this ain't the color paint to put on this canvas.
right,
This is not the paint that goes on this canvas right here. This is blocking my message. This is blocking my vibration. This is blocking my frequency right here. This is not the frequency that I put out. And
Right.
other people are only, they agree, but they're tapped in to the other frequency that has them, that this was happening, man. This is what you do. You don't, we know you do this, but you got to send this out because this is the vibration everybody on. This is what they need to tap into. So yeah, you got to make that conscious thought of like, nah, I don't want to tap into that. I got to tap into something else now. I think around the world, people are being led in a direction. It's not like if we want to be there. It's like we spoke about before. When you're taught something and you know it's not right, but when you look at it massive and you see it's happening, like you see rappers, they go, I don't want to rap this, but this is what everybody doing. This is what they're selling, but I don't want to do with it. Well, he was one person that said, I'm not doing that vibration no more. I'm on something else. We got skills. I could be doing this with my skills, with my people. They
Yeah.
love me without me dissing another brother. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They
Absolutely.
love me for the art and the canvas that I paint lyrically. So when we see an individual take charge like that, that's a vibration that's opening up, that's confirming to a mass amount of people that's being led with the wrong vibration. That this is someone you look up to. This is a battle that you look forward to. And this is a man standing down saying, I ain't punching him no more. I'm not punching him no more. There's no need for me to keep punching on him. So I'm going to stop punching on him. It doesn't make sense. For the other ones are what we call the they live inside to exist of that negativity, of that vibration. Because if they feel they let that vibration go, they might lose control. They might don't have control. They might have to fall in as just a simple individual. They might have to follow somebody else because they don't know how to tap into that other vibration because they've been conditioned that this is the way it's going. They're influenced that that's the dominant way. There is no other way. You understand? Like that time I spoke to you, and I was like, "Well, the Quran said, inside the Quran, Allah says everything's gonna get worse."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we have to understand that we are also contributing to the to that vibration. We're contributing to that vibration from being influenced, from being taught. So we don't think that vibration should change. That's it. That's it. And that's where a lot of people's at. So I think that's going to be a heck of a turn of, especially in the music business, if people can acknowledge like there's other vibrations we could go and we can exist on and it could work for us. But if they feel that if they're being led and they're like you said, some people say, nah, you got to go do like this, you got to go do that. You're going to have that voice. You're going to have that voice. But as we know, once positivity start revealing itself, negativity is already there. It can't fight back. It only could keep existing. It only could pass the thing to try to keep going around. It can't manifest you can't it can't manifest no more. It's already there. But truth can dominate that and smother it because it has so much to be revealed that people don't know. So we'll get a lot more now. We get a lot more brothers like him saying like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that." That kids look up to, and they acknowledge. So they're gonna be like, "Well, now is the time rappers should be like, let me put something positive out.
Right.
Let me put something back to my rivalry. Let me be like, yo, brother, we like this. Like that's a movement. You know what I'm saying? Like Denzel
Positive.
say,
A
we
positive movement.
that's a movement. Now
Right.
we not moving, we making progress. You
Right.
feel me? So
Right.
that'll be that now right now is the time to capitalize on that, to speak on that, and to put that in front of them like, look, share that and push that out. Keep running that so we could put it in their head that a brother that with this artistry, a brother at this level is saying, this ain't my vibration. Now we got to capitalize on that vibration. And now we got to show them the other side because they've been only shown one side. They don't know. They know the other side exists, but nobody's showing them. So we
Right.
have to show them now. Now we have to show them. So that's a good movement. That's what I think about that, man.
Yeah.
I really, that's a good move. I
Yeah,
think we got to
yeah.
push that.
I picked up on it, because of that. I picked up on it based on like just, the brother J. Cole. I listened to him, and I listened to Kendrick Lamar. And the two of them are more powerful together than they could ever be apart. Like the both of them come together, the energy that they're gonna propel to the hit to hip hop, to the culture is going to be unbelievable. You know what I mean? So with that being said, just have to be mindful of the negative energy, and people spreading that negative energy, trying to interfere, like the brother was saying. You got people trying to push that because the big money machines don't benefit off of us coming together and seeing things for what it is. We start to benefit. Long as we apart and we fighting against each other, the big money machine benefits because it benefits in so many ways. It benefits in, okay, having young people be discombobulated, having older people not wanting to come together and you know build positive relationships and positive structures, because as you said, the vibration and the energy is in the mind, and the purifier of that energy is the heart. So the heart is the one that's going to purify it and say, look, ho, look, this is what's going on. It's time.
Exactly.
You got to listen to me. Don't listen to all that other stuff outside of you. Listen to me. I'm gonna guide you in the right way. That's when we get in touch with the heart, and that's as you said. That's what happened with him. He
He,
waited in his heart, and he said, "This ain't me. This not who I am. I'm not gonna even allow myself to sink to that level when I know I'm above that level." You know?
you can have a disagreement, and you can have your opinion and your side of it, long as those sides sits on the same side. You know what I'm saying? And when you get two brothers of that, like and Drake too, Kanye, I'm not taking away from none of them, because
No.
if you listen to their music, it's a kind of type of hood revolution music. You understand? We got out of the hood revolution music and we're into just degrading music. We're into the music of degradation. And the what happens to us is, a lot of us, and I don't know if you know this, the majority of music that's out is subsidized from the major labels. A lot of the people that's out that's saying that music is on labels that belong to us. We signed them,
Right.
being attached to the majors, but they're under us. They're under us. So it's like, if that's the cord that we have to cut now, because those people don't want to end up broke. The rich people gonna be rich regardless. If you ever notice, bro, they'll get, if they could take you out on something negative, they will. They'll let that happen, but they'll stand far distance away,
Right.
and they'll go, "We just funding that because we want our money." They're saying what they want to say. We putting more money into that, but they saying what they want to say, which we know they're influencing even more when you influence more money into it. You know what I'm saying? They influence, but it's us. The majority of labels in these cats is being signed to is independent labels, independent situations. So they're just trying to ride the trend of success that they think they see, and they really don't see it because they don't know. But what the labels they under project, riches and this and that, And some of their purpose, or I don't know their true intentions, because you never know one's attention. But how about if I'm caught in a jam and they use me, I'm gonna use these cats. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get my money back. Like I ran over a piece, like this is very deep too. Did you see the piece about Beyonce? Okay.
No, no. Tell me about it.
Okay, I listened to Beyonce's album,
Right.
right? The country album.
Yeah.
The girl is, you can't take away from her talent, bro. You
No,
understand?
never could. No, no,
Bro,
no. Always,
she's
always.
very talented.
Listen.
Uh, uh, um, the
Yeah.
production, a lot of people going, that's not country, but they don't know that country came from soul, baby.
Right. Right. Right.
So it is country. What you're hearing is the soulness of that country now, back in its original form from where they took it from.
Right.
You understand? Where they took it from. She put that back. That's how you hear it. Not that all country people doesn't have that, because we hear a lot of soul in country, because country is an expression of an emotion, a situation. You understand? And,
Right.
and that's what they was expressing. That's how they got country from the storytelling of our people who was being slaved. You understand? Because that's what those songs are. Those are folk songs from that. And I forgot the young lady name who they signed first with the country music. But Beyonce took that country music, and I listened to the album twice, bro, each song. She took that, bro, and she that production, and she put that country music well together. Where I listens to it, bro. I'm like, wow, she put that together. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And she still put it together to be recognized of how you want to identify us as being a black woman. Okay, so of course you're not gonna be like, and you got people that's mad because she did it so well, and she have support from so many people from that community. She have so much support that she did it so well, bro, that you can't deny it. You
Right.
cannot deny it. So what happens is when we start crossing the barriers and we start tapping into different frequencies, because that's what she did. She crossed and she's tapping into another whole frequency to, and those people that's in that frequency accepting it, and she's on that scale. That music is on that scale to reach those people. They can't deny the talent. They can't deny the songwriting skills. They can't deny anything. So she's tapping into that frequency where we say like, yo, you can't deny it. Now what happens? What's being revealed is like people's a lot of white people also they know also. Wow, this is the original country music, because country music came from these people who we identify as black people. They made country music. That's
Right.
where it came from. It came from them. So when you paying attention to what's really happening and the frequency is being tapped in, that's because the negativity, the falsehood, the lies can no longer stray a people who's connected by internet that's so powerful that daily puts out, if you see this, and you still have, it's always going to be entertainment. It's going to always be entertainment. The world is not just going to be a serious place and people ain't going to acknowledge what's happening, and they just going to be see a lot of people, comedians, they express their stress and stuff over comedy. They relieve you from some of your stress by expressing what you feeling, but you can't say it, and they say it, and you laugh at it and be like, "That's me all day." You know, you understand? So they bring
Absolutely.
that reality in front of you. They bring those frequencies in front of you. You identify with it, and then you settle with it. You might don't act on it then, but consciously, it's stored in us. You know what I'm saying? And what's happening is the movement, like the lady said, the size that you're seeing now, that you could clearly see the equation line. You see, it's like me and you on this screen, and you see the line in between.
Right.
You can see that now. You know what I'm saying? So people now can recognize, or they always can recognize, but now they can not be scared to trend something that's wrong when they see powerful icons like J. Cole, like Beyonce, switch frequencies. And it's not just, and I'm not, and this is one thing about, I'm not getting off the subject. This is how we can have the media take something negative, attach it, and try to wipe out what's happening. Because they could say Puffy is connected to Jay Z, and Beyonce no, and she's like this too. but yet she's changing the frequency, but none of these other people is not. None of the other people is tapping in to make the people see that you can tap into these frequencies that make it that can change the world. They're not making that change. These people who's telling J. Cole, don't put that out, don't do that, don't do that. They're not putting out a positive frequency. They're not tapping into that. But he's tapping into other people now that's
Right.
going, You understand?
Yeah, and with that being said, I want to listen to this right here.
Is real. The Matrix exists to keep us all enslaved, and your ability to speak, your capability to have an opinion which is counter to the narrative, is directly correlated to your irrelevance. You're only allowed to have an opinion which they don't like if nobody listens to you. If people listen to you, you must toe the line. You must sell your soul. I don't know how to make this clear to you people at home. Every single one of you men watching this should be afraid. You should be scared to go to sleep at night, because what is coming next is complete totalitarianism, complete slavery. Little by little, they're restricting the information. They're going to restrict the money. They're going to restrict your movement to save the world, climate. You people are going to be stuck in your house with no ability to fucking speak. And you're sitting around now thinking it's all a joke. The Matrix is going to come and destroy you. Didn't COVID teach you a thing? It was all made up for years. They made it all up for years and years. They just fucking made it up. And you're sitting there going, oh, it'll be okay. It's not going to be okay. And to win the war, you have to win every little battle, which means when they come out with these bullshit sexual assault garbage, which you're doing against me and every other man on earth with testosterone, you have to throw it out the window. And the eunuchs, the cucks, the eunuch cucked men who join that side, who are appeasing the monster trying to survive, will end up being eaten in the end anyway. You can't survive this as a man. The only chance we have is to unite and try and get some rights back, to be treated fairly under the law. I don't know, with something as basic as presumption of innocence. Isn't that the baseline of democracy? Matrix is real. The Matrix is...
So now I brought that up because, as you were saying, like there's some people who basically going to be going against it. You know what I mean? People who see things as going the right way, but because they're so connected to the machine, they gotta toe the line, like he said. They gotta toe the line. They gotta say, look, well, no, this is you gotta keep going this way, you gotta keep going this way, because they have deleted themselves so much till now the heart has become dark. So now the heart, the
The
very
pulse, right.
portion of what guides you is unable to guide you anymore. Because it's so you went so far to the left or so far into the darkness to where now you don't even know which way is the correct way to go. So that's basically why I played that, because
You don't know how to move your feet.
right. It's apparent. The line is going to be drawn. It's drawn now, and it's like, okay, choose a side. You're going to choose a side, or are you going to be an individual that's going to, stand up for that which is going to be beneficial to everyone, the entire humanity, or are you going to be an individual who's going to be beneficial to the machine? He used the matrix. You know what I mean? You're
Right.
going to just be a part of the machine that keeps perpetuating the same type of nonsense and the same type of destruction and the same type of division, where it has people suffering, and then they wonder why they're suffering, is because the machine is putting all this stuff in there to make the people suffer.
Well, you gotta see, you have to be aware of how these people, how the government in America, how they function, bro. And from coming from the '60s, we know and understand how this man, how that operation, how that machine functions, and we know like the see, fear is a very powerful tool, very powerful tool. And you're gonna also have people over the internet to tell you straight out, like, it's going down. It's coming to this. And when they plant that fear, a lot of us try to seek refuge where we can seek it at to not become part of that. But everyone's going to be a part of that. You're going to be a part of that situation whenever it goes down or however it goes down. And the way you're going to be a part of it is the way you participate with it. You got to understand that they want us to have a civil war. They want to initiate us to start fighting against each other. They want us to physically come out and start brawling because then they could really take control. They could really take control like that. But by us standing together and acknowledging the sides and going, this side is better. We like, instead of me going, it's the same thing J. Cole just said. Instead of me going to negative with the brother and sit at home and go, I knew I shouldn't have did that. Let's just be positive.
Yeah.
That's not it. They doing that. That's not getting us nowhere. It's not doing anything. But it is diminishing us as human beings. It's making us look very, very bad. You know what I'm saying? And it's tearing us apart. And as being blacks in America, it's wiping us out. It's wiping us out. It's letting each generation come and start wiping us out. You know what I'm saying? It start eliminate us. So we're already in a revolution. We already in a war. They just ain't. They just pulling all the strings. But we already at a war. We
Oh
already in
yeah,
a
yeah,
revolution.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we already tied our way up into this matrix situation.
Right.
And yeah, the way they did COVID and the way they operated that and the way they have us, it shows, but it also shows damages them, right, financially, which that also shows that they will eliminate a large majority of people. They will do that
For
without
sure.
hesitation.
For sure.
They also need a large majority of people. So they try to show you the selectiveness of who they need through that whole COVID thing. You were seeing who was needed and who wasn't needed. And we lost a lot of lives unnecessary because of the experiment. You know what I'm saying? But it's not over. That's
No,
that's
no,
that's
no,
that
no.
that that's not over. But see, being inside how he identified us as being into the matrix. If you've ever seen the matrix and you've seen how it worked and how they exist, right? Only to influence you where they want you to be influenced at.
Right.
Only to corrupt wherever they want to go and corrupt that. As that's what they really do. You understand? We tap into this and we have not only that, we have so much that you haven't seen, but we only showed you through Hollywood. But we have so much technology and we have so many hiding spots and we have so much of what you call conspiracy theories. We have all this stuff. And if you look at, be like, they don't have all that stuff. If you look at how much land is in the United States
Right.
that's empty, that's just land. Because I've seen some things. So if you can see how much land is there, you'd be like, yo, what is they doing on there? How many mountains, like how many places they could hibernate things. They are waiting for us to eternally start being chaotic because of we ain't lacking this, we disagree with that. They planting that, they hoping on that, and we
Right.
can't let it
Right.
get to that. We
Right.
can't
Right.
let them. We can't let that happen.
Exactly. And with that being said, I wanna play this right here. You know what I mean? And you let me know what you think about this here.
Baby boy. So every nigga I seen with a kid, nigga complaining and hated a black woman, he had a baby boy. So in my 20s, psychologically, nigga, I wanted to be able to have a loving relationship with my son. Uh, and nigga, I wasn't finna have no baby with no black woman because she wouldn't allow you to have a loving, full relationship with your son. Because what I start hearing between my cousins and my female friends is, this my child. You can't take my baby nowhere. So the black woman claimed 100% rights and authority over kids. So that's why I was a black man with his legacy. I wouldn't rob of my legacy. Most black children don't have their dad's last name. Most black women won't allow the black man to name their child. Most black women wouldn't allow the grandmother of the baby daddy to have access to the grandbaby because what she felt about the baby daddy. So she kept the kid away. So I didn't want that, homie. So I strategically said, nah, I ain't putting my dick over there in that garden. Nigga, every nigga I seen with a kid.
All right, now, what are your thoughts about that? What he was saying?
Well, see, when I was growing up, bro, that wasn't the case. It's like, yo, you gotta go get that. You gotta go get that boy. You ain't even had to like the chick, nigga. You ain't. She could have been the ugliest thing ever in your life. You go and get that baby, bro. So I think that's that could be a more isolated or I grew up like this. It's not our culture.
Right.
It's not that's not our culture.
Ba-
That's
ba-
that's and that's based on a person. Well, I ain't gonna be like that. That's in that area.
environmental, more
Yeah, that's
environmental.
environmental, and I think it's not like even like um I heard now that I'm not aware of ever hearing women say that
Right,
or
right.
feeling
Yeah,
that way.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? I'm a witness to that, but it's not a cultural thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it overrules that the women uh, be like, "Come get this, take care of your baby." You know what I'm saying? Because a woman, when a woman wants you to be who you said you were going to be and give what you're supposed to do, and when you don't, that's what makes her mad. That's what
I,
makes her mad.
I,
Then they go, "You're not entitled to this. You ain't the
there you
type of
go.
person that you ain't the father. You ain't that. So why should I? Because you're just pretending anyway."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's from my experiences. You feel me?
And that's a great point that wasn't brought up there. You know, he's
Right.
saying his uncles and he's saying people around him, but he didn't speak about them per se. You know what
Right.
I mean? Because okay, what were they doing? Were they being there to pick up the child? Were they saying, look, you go ahead and do what you got to do. I got the child for the weekend, even if you're not together. You know what I mean? So it's I agree with you because there's certain things that men do to a point, some of us do, till we get the women, we get the women just saying, well, F you. You know what I mean? I'm tired of basically kissing your butt to get you to do what you are, you know,
Supposed to do.
supposed to do.
Right.
That's your fatherly duties. Put it that way, your fatherly duties, and I got to kiss your butt to get you to do your fatherly duties, and you got to try to dictate because I've seen it where individuals, if they can't get the woman to do what they want them to do, they turn their back.
Well,
You know what I mean?
well, see, that's what I was
I've
gonna
seen
say
that.
too. I was gonna
Right,
elaborate on that. I was gonna say a lot of women know anyway, know you already. You know what I'm saying? So some women will do that just to keep you coming to try to grab you or try to keep you in a certain state. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
and some women be like, no, come get this boy and do what you're supposed to do because they know you're capable of doing it. And sometimes they want to protect themselves from being harassed. So they be like, nah, we don't need you. Just go ahead because your intentions ain't there for the child anyway. It's there
Absolutely.
for something else. So I
Absolutely.
say the majority of women always gonna want you to stand firm, like how they define a man and be a man. But we teach them to accept us as something else. So then when they start defining that, and when it's passed down to the next generation of women from the story previous, and they saying like he's saying, well, I ain't gonna be in that situation. You understand? Because they
Right.
have their perspective too. They like, well, these men ain't gonna do nothing for you anyway. They ain't gonna do nothing. But if something happened, then I'm gonna have to deal with it anyway. So I will. He don't love me. I just slept up with him, so I don't need him. So their mindset is already on that. Not that they really feel that way. So we always gotta reach out and do what we supposed to do, regardless to what, bro. That's what it is. So when a woman is ready, no matter when it is, you gotta stand up.
Absolutely.
That's my in
Yeah,
my
no,
opinion. Feel me?
I totally agree that as as a culture, we have to, stand up and do better on both aspects. Because as you said, sometimes women have had the other agenda where they try to, use a baby to trap you off and take advantage. So
Of course, right.
we know we have both sides. However, the the thing that we're concerned about and that we have to stay concerned about are the children. Because at the end of the day, the children are, for a cliche, the children are the future. You know what I mean? That's the cliche, but it's the truth too. You know what I mean? Because what we do around the children and certain things we don't do, like it's like we want the children to be loving, and if the children are not seeing anybody embracing, anybody showing love, how do they be able to show
They
love?
won't. They're only gonna show what they're only gonna show what we showing them, bro. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And well, they're gonna because we could tell them a lot of stuff and they could take it in. But like I said, they're gonna trend also. So we need to be trending more love, respect for each other. You know what I'm saying? And we need to speak to each other. We don't even speak to each other. So we made it like it's a crime to speak to each other. We made it seem like if I look at you, it's a problem. And then and kids be saying that, bro. I mean, like you look at them, they be like, "What's your problem, bro?" You're like,
Yeah, what you looking
uh,
at? Yeah, what you looking at? That
I
type
was
of
gonna
stuff.
speak and say, what's up? Like, like what's good, baby? Like, Scooby Doo, nigga. Like, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're not used to you looking at them saying hello. You know what I'm saying? Because all they see is what they used to see is the one side. That's all they had. Now, if we have a different side, we have to start spreading that side. We have to start showing them how this is what you were missing. Communicating with us, speaking with us,
Right.
just listening, observing. Now you get to see the other side. It's not about what they protect. Those people how you that you listening to over there want the worst for you. You can't tell what are they telling you to do every day. What are they telling you to listen to? How they telling you to act and be treated? What they telling you to do every day? You know what I'm saying? So we got to get that out there and show them that it's a different side. And us too, as grown individuals, we got to start speaking back to each other and leaving in peace. Remember, before we used to walk around, we be in Brooklyn, we'd be
Tra-
like, peace,
Peace,
kill
travel in
everything,
harmony,
peace, God,
travel
peace.
in harmony, peace, God, travel in harmony.
Exactly, bro.
That was it. You
You
know
know
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying? And,
Yeah.
and it could be tension and differences there. And then that word come out, peace, y'all. And everybody like, peace, peace.
Right.
Much respect.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm
I
saying?
mean, now with that being said, I want to play this right here.
If you see my race first, then I too have to make it a priority for my race. Somebody recently asked me about the red and black. I too have to make it a priority for my race to come first. When you know your worth and you tie that to your economic ability to sustain yourself, and you apply that to the community as a whole and start to build, then we rise up into power. You go around the world and you realize, wait a minute, we're more powerful than we realize. Wait a minute, we're influencing the influencers. The Black culture is moving the economic market.
Bro,
They're
listen.
watching what we do in our behaviors to know what to go invest in. I remember one time after speaking, there was a Latina lady that came up to me and she said, "We love what you have to bring. It's so beautiful. We're going to buy all of your products, but we have to go and create our own owner brand. You do understand, we have to support our own." I said, "I totally understand." If they make us the minority and we believe that we're the minority, we believe that we don't have power, then we're not going to put ourselves first because we're gonna chase after other things that people are telling us to chase after when we are the source. Without us, nothing moves.
I
Now,
think we had that conversation the other day, how powerful we are and how influential we are, brother.
right, right.
I'm saying
And
without a
and and
doubt.
And it's just a matter of us being able to, as they said, capitalize off it. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to capitalize off of who we are and what we're capable of by putting ourselves first and not feeling ashamed about it. Somehow it appears that when we put ourselves first, we feel like ashamed. Like we're doing a disservice to other people. It seems like to me. That's my thought. Like, it's okay for us to put us first. Because everyone else does it. Everyone else put themselves first. So how about we put ourselves first and then we put other people after us? Because it's the same thing. Like, if you a parent, you're going to take care of your family. You know what I mean? Then you take care of your immediate family first, then you take care of your extended family. So we look at each other as we are immediate family. So let's take care of our immediate family first, then we reach out to our extended family. And that's what we're gonna, you know, it's gonna benefit the world so much more. Because us at our best, we make the world a better place. That's the reality. We are innovators. We are creative. We are loving. We are compassionate. We are caring. All
We
these
are the
things,
earth. Yeah.
yeah, that
We
that
are the
we
earth,
are,
brother.
right, that we are. It's just we have been manipulated and tricked and put into a trick bag where we were, anytime we strive to expose it, our true selves, then something try to put the light out. The
Well,
machine try to smack us down and put the light out and say, no, no, that's not what we want y'all to do. No, you can't do this. And what it does is what you said before. It creates a subconscious fear of rising to your best self. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it does. It has people afraid, like, I can't show that part of me. I got to show this negative part because I'm safe. I'm safe showing this negativity. But if I show my true self, then they're going to come at me. They're going to come to tear me down. The machine is going to tear me
but
down.
see, that not to cut you off, and
Go ahead.
before we go, that's the thing. And that's the thing when we do business. We think we doing business. When we do business outside of us, outside of our
Our culture.
identification, out of our culture, when we do things, we look at individuality. When we go to other stores, we look at a culture. And that's the problem. We're not thinking that if I go to this black store and support him, it could be two black stores. Now I supported two black stores. Now we could get two people jobs out of this community. Now, if we could get two black stores, we could get three black stores. So instead of seeing this as a black store and I ain't supporting that nigga, nah, he on this. You talking about uprooting a culture, a community. You understand? And some of us is like that. But we won't be like that, in my opinion. I don't think we would be like that if we do get the customers to come in and support us. Because that puts us in a different position because it's not just about me and my store because I'm a black owner. Now it's about the culture owning something, the culture employing people, the culture rising and being passing the wealth down. That's the generation of wealth. It's not just in the family, it's in the culture. So we got to start looking at our black stores, our store owners. We sell clothes, we sell sneakers, we sell all these things, but yet we still support other cultures and we look at us individually and say, yeah, they got that, but we go somewhere else to a whole nother culture and spend our money. We got
For
to
the same
acknowledge
for the
that
same goods.
for the same, we got to start acknowledging, like that lady said, we like your products, we gonna get it, we gonna study them, then we gonna do it, but we gonna support our own. You
And,
understand?
and, and,
We
and- right. And we can't be mad at that. And it's and,
no,
and you
no.
see it, but you see how the sister said, I'm cool with that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I'm
because
cool with that.
that's what we had Black Wall Street and everything else because we were a culture of people that worked together and did it. Now they got us so blindwashed that we compete against us, but we're not competing against other cultures as a culture of people, and
Well,
not in a negative way,
well, that's
productively.
it for us. That's it for us today. You know, we done ran out of time again, and we'll pick up on that. You know, because there's a way that we can do it, and we can do it, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We'll
Right,
talk about
inshallah.
how we can do it, you know, inshallah, tomorrow. So thank you all for watching. We appreciate you for taking your time to watch us. And till tomorrow, we wish you and your families love, peace, and happiness.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam.